Is that Miss Green?
She'd not make a noise like a dustbin. Yes, it's the dustman.
Good, show him in.
Eh?
I said show him in.
I said it's the dustman.
And I said show him in.
Here, the professor wants to talk to you.
Thanks, but I've left school and I'm going out to play.
Here, don't you know there's a war on?
You're telling me the muck you left out here looked like an air raid?
Ah, that's just what I wanted to speak to you about, if you can spare a moment, Mr.
Herring's the name, sir.
Really? Very interesting. Come in, Mr. Herring. Funny, I once knew a parson named Haddock, a very dull preacher. We used to call him Dried Haddock. You know, it's amazing the names some people submit to. I once knew a Mr. Drinkbeer.
Oh, that'll suit me, sir.
But some names, well, you know, they're positively indelicate. That'll be Miss Green. Show her in.
Where?
Why, here, of course. I want her to meet Mr. Herring. Ah.
Thank you very much, sir.
The professor?
Yes. Miss Green.
How do you do? Ah, Bones. This is Mr. Herring.
How do you do?
He does our bins, and I thought she could help us.
I'm sure he can. Technical advisor. What?
Miss Green is preparing a talk on Salvage. I thought perhaps you might give us some practical hints on how to put things out for collection.
That suits me, sir.
You know, although people are glad to be asked to do things, I think when you're dealing with an intelligent democracy, it's a good plan to tell them why.
Here.
Some people might very reasonably ask, what is the use of old bones? Now, just imagine a pile of them. An unattractive sight, and yet every scrap of bone is useful. First of all, the grease is extracted and is the basis for soap and medicinal products. Glycerine is also got from the bones and is used for making high explosive. Then we get the finest, strongest glue from bones, and this is wanted for making aeroplanes, for fire resisting and camouflage paints, for gun ammunition, for washable distemper. It's the glue that makes it washable. And finally, after the glue has been extracted, bones provide fertilizers for crops of all kinds. So you see, old bones, even those the dog has gnawed, are very valuable. And why do we need waste paper? Every ton of waste paper is equivalent to nearly a ton of wood pulp. And from this we get more paper, new and clean, food cartons and packing cases for packing army equipment, rifles, tin helmets, anti-gas clothing, gas mask cases, gun ammunition containers, ammunition carriers for mortars, boxes for aeroplane cannon shells, cartridge wads. An old envelope will make one. From waste paper, we get all these things we need by the million. And the third thing we can sell from our dustbins is metals, scrap iron and steel and so on. It may seem old junk to you, but it can actually provide the raw material for tanks, battleships, guns, rifles, machine guns, aeroplanes, ammunition of all kinds, and a host of other vital necessities can be produced from scrap metal that is lying idle in every home, back garden, and farm. Now, there in brief is why we need to collect every bit of waste paper, every piece of old bone, and every bit of scrap metal.
It's a knockout.
That's the idea. But the problem is, how can we help you, Mr. Herring?
Oh, that's easy. You take paper and cardboard, for instance. Now, we want all kinds, except cellophane, greaseproof paper, tarred paper, and carbon paper. Dry and clean and done up in bundles.
Well, what about these here?
Yes. That's a nice-looking bundle.
And them little ones?
Yeah, I like the look of them too. Clean, dry and tidy. You know, it's easier to tie the bundles up if you sort the paper out according to size. And it helps you when you're collecting around the house.
But you don't have to so long as they don't fall in pieces and the bits blow about.
That's right. I say, you flatten out them cartons nice. Clean, dry, tidy, and tight, if I may excuse the expression. That's how we like it.
What about these bones?
Oh, it's all right to keep them in a tin, or you can put them in a cardboard box or wrap them up in paper when you put them out by the bin. But if you want your old tin back, mark it clear. Please don't take away.
I see. Well, about metals. You want old aluminium, copper and brass, as well as old iron and steel?
That's right. You can put them by the bin. They won't blow away. Or if you've got a dump at the end of the road, pop along and put them in there. Well, sir, and ladies, I thank you. Salvage with a smile. That's me.
We're very grateful to you, Mr. Whiting.
It's been a pleasure, Miss Brown.
Thank you.